Greetings and welcome. Greetings and welcome. Thank you for stopping by here on YouTube Live if you happen to log in live today, which is Friday, September the 2nd, 2022, wherever you're on the globe. Otherwise, if you're logging in at a much later date and time, just whenever you click on to this video, welcome and thank you for joining. If you're new, anything you need to know about me should be listed in the description box. And to all the returning viewers and subscribers, as well as the newbies that are divinely guided here and coming here in love and light and high vibe and positivity, to you all I say, may you be well. I send that energy right back to you. I'm wishing you well on your path and journey. Essentially, my decree and declare is that whatever any of you ever come in here with, I return that back to you. Whatever you come in here thinking, hoping, wishing, saying, and praying, and or intending towards me, who I am, what I do, and what I create here, may that be returned unto you in your life. A lesson that we all learn continually is that we don't have to like one another. We don't have to agree with one another, but it serves us well to get out of one another's way. If I don't like you, I don't have to be on your channel, your platform, or your life in any way. If for whatever reason I'm not digging you, but it'll serve me well to not stalk you or troll you or wish ill on you or go to your channels doing weird old shit based on my framework. Okay, so this is a lesson. Okay, we're all so vastly different. That's what makes Earth School complicated. We're different. And so essentially, if you're of love and light and benevolence, then no harm, no foul. Okay, but we don't have to all agree and understand and be on the exact same page. But it serves us to kind of try to be neutral, tending our own business and what we're here for. And that's that. Now, in the title, because I feel like I'm digressing here, but it's my ongoing intentions. It's like, okay, I'm done playing games. Whether this is people that I know or don't know, competitors in the field, people who feel like they want to monopolize and they get all afraid and they're chonies in a bunch anytime a newbie hit the scene. Like, I don't dig that energy. Because if we are who we say we are, and we really understand energy the way we say we do, and we're in alignment, then we understand that abundance is a mindset, and we can co-create with our higher selves and our ancestors and team and the universe accordingly. That we don't need to sabotage others or wish others ill just so that we can have our success. That is a lack mentality, and there's a lack of healing when we are operating in that energy. No matter how successful we have become, if we're still operating in that energy, there's an indication that there's more to do. Okay. All right, so the topic at hand, I think I have the Karmic Dark Witch and Warlocks tricks. The Karmic Dark Witches and Warlocks, their tricks. So I am on a twin flame journey, and so I do want to share some of their one of their most common tricks that is designed to keep counterparts afraid of one another, angry at one another, and separate. Okay, these individuals are usually a part of massive groups, secret societies, cults, religions, to attempt to harvest the energy of counterparts, but attempt to, stop this ascension and this healing, because it poses us a threat, first and foremost, to expose who they are. But they're usually from past life situations, okay, that was not resolved, and they're here again. They were supposed to heal and they don't, and so they commence to basically just keep repeating history, if you will. So I just want to share just one. And by the way, if you come on here and you're on this kind of journey, I just want to tell you, beautiful soul, okay, you've got this. Okay, you got this. Now back to what I was saying. One of their tricks. See, those that really play heavily in this arena of black magic, they do a lot of dream work energy. Okay, they like to confuse signs and synchronicities a lot. Okay, because most of them are posers, so you're going to always have the doppelgangers in their group. So, in order to keep rifts in twin flame journeys with counterpart to counterpart, you have to create, you're going to have to create something, because the bonds are otherworldly, okay, and not in the toxic sense like karmic soulmates, okay, because there's strong bonds in that way. It's the familiarity in that way. But otherworldly, higher realms, higher frequencies. And so these karmic individuals know that the only way, the only shot that they may end up having is keeping a rift between counterparts. So if they have to do it by confusing dream work, okay, because like I said, they do mind control and they do manipulations on divination and dream work. And I can say this indefinitely because they did it to me. Okay, so when counterparts are healing or going through any process, they go into overdrive to try to keep as much confusion as possible about that. So case in point, before I left Sodom and Gomorrah, one of the dreams that I had, right, I want to say a month before I left, maybe, it may have been a little more than that, but I think it was like a month or so before I left. It was Divine Masculine. Divine Masculine was in the dream, but he was crazy. He was in a dream. He was tripping. He was in a dream. He was telling me he was going to kill me. Okay. So now what I realize now is that first and foremost, karmics use the counterpart that's not awakened as a pawn to get to the one that is. So this is always the plan to begin with, long before either of the counterparts know. This is behind the scene, okay? So I awakened first, and so they use Divine Masculine to get to me. Okay, they use Divine Masculine to get to me as a pawn. So he was already under heavy ritual work and spell work on top of his own drama and trauma that he had accumulated just in his life, like any of the rest of us, right? So they use that to their fullest advantage. To their fullest advantage to convince Divine Masculine that I was essentially them. It's the old bait and switch story of a lifetime. It's always the same. Okay? To convince him that I was the one that was into the crazy shit and the spells and the, blah, 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 because they hid their true identity from masculine to some degree. Like they were just these pure, pristine, they played that role real good. Oh, hard worker, bitch, and save, bitch. Like, so it was more feasible for masculine in his shadow and sleep state and spell work upon him to believe that because I had already started awakening and ascending and embracing my authenticity, to believe that it was more likely that I was the one doing crazy weird shit on him or his family or, whatever, which was 100% a lie. He knows this now. But at that time, okay, they used this trickery. So like I said, he showed up in one of my dreams like he was going to kill me. So that already put my alerts up, on top of prior to leaving. I think I already shared with you all that it was 2 separate occasions where I knew I was being stalked. I saw like a glimpse of him. I got some kind of superhuman shit, bitch. Still trips me out to this day. And another time that I saw my sister. Okay. And so when you have that kind of stuff happening, you'd be like, oh, bitch. Okay. Whoop. So these are the tricks. And I already told you guys about my bloodline specifically. you know, because I can hear things too, but they play with your energy and they play with divination. Last summer, you know, I was hearing my sister and I would see her name. And so they use this, okay, to um, convince the unawakened counterpart of so-called divine synchronicity pertaining to them. Okay, it's so many ways that they use that. I sensed and started picking up early, okay, last summer, like, nah, bitch. I knew something was off. It's like, I don't care. I can hear name, bitch, all day. It's off, bitch. Because we have to use our senses and the things that we have and not just these false signs and wonders, which is what dark witches and warlocks operate in. They play with that. Okay? That low-key energy. You guys hear me talk about that all the time. Low-key. Okay? Master of misdirection and illusion. Okay? That's essentially who these people are. So it serves twins, you know, because twins got a lot of, you know, first and foremost, they're old ass souls, okay? Not every soul is of the same experience, okay? Experience level. They're old. They're old souls. Their souls are probably older than the motherfuckers that are older than them chronologically in this physicality, okay? So they gotta work through a lot of shit. And you know, on top of this kind of stuff, this is why it serves twins to learn how to look past first glance as quickly as they can, learn how to follow their guts and their instincts as quickly as they can before having everything figured out, because sometimes when twins are trying to figure everything out, this is what gives them in a lot of world of hurt, because they'll put themselves in harm's way far too long. They, you know, all this kind of shit. So, you know, I highly recommend, if you're on this kind of journey and path and you've realized that these types of people have been doing dream work, astral projections, and any and everything under the sun, immediately set intentions of, first and foremost, asking for your higher guidance to step in to help to clear and expose and return, and to get you kind of in the energy and vein away from that. Okay? Away from it if you feel like you're caught up in it, but to get you away, and then ask them to expose and reveal, expose and reveal, expose and reveal, return to sender. Okay, but you got to be doing your part, co-collaborating, boom, bitch, boom. Okay, keep your energy clear, bitch. You know, woo, follow them guidances and them prompts, not overthinking. But see, these people study. Listen to me, you guys. This is, man. Listen, they study your birth chart and then they take it, hear it, and hear it good. This is why we can't play with it. They study this shit. Okay, they knew before you knew. Understand? Understand, bitch. Okay? So if you're already getting those gnawing feelings, learn how to respect that, and then ask your team when the time is right. It'll all, you know, they'll make it all plain to you. But start setting that attention, like, no, I'm not gonna be in here for no 5 years, bitch, with these motherfuckers. If these motherfuckers doing shit. Because when they're in close proximity to you, this is when they can do the most damage. This is why they try so very hard to be in close proximity, or to at least have access to you. Okay? When they still do their shit, but if they don't have this close proximity or that easily access, it makes it a little bit more challenging for them, because they can't just have one of their flying monkeys to come over and, you know what I'm saying, quickly, real quick, in a matter of 10 minutes, bitch, you know what I'm saying, come drop some crazy ritual weirdy shit off at your house. You see what I'm trying to say? Because these people they're doing all of that. Secret societies, groups. It's been a collaboration. This shit is ancient. It's ancient. It's not what we think. It's some ancient shit, bitch. Okay? And then you always got the weak fucks, you know, them weak-minded fucks that's just trying to make $500, they clueless as fuck, but they'll do anything for a buck. You know what I'm trying to say? You always got some of those that don't know that they selling their soul and finna to unleash a world of hell on their life for the next 10 years, bitch. But the quicker we can accept that, okay? And until you figure it all out, because I understand, I do have a lot of error in my chart. So I get that incessant desire to have things to make sense and to have proofs. But sometimes, due to the nature of this shit, that don't happen until you clean up your own life, until you pull away and put yourself in a vibrational environment to where if your guides were to come through to give you the clarity and truth, you'd have the wherewithal to be able to recognize it. But for lack of better words, as long as you are sleeping with the enemy, your judgment will be clouded. As long as you're friends with the enemy, as long as you're, you know what I'm saying, dilly-dallying. I had to learn that too. This is why divine feminines, if their story is similar to mine, we do get to a point where we release, okay? We release and go, okay, I smell depravity, okay? Especially if the counterpart is still caught in the foolery. But the real issue is bigger than the counterpart. The issue in these types of cases, you guys, it's old ancient energy that is trying to work against awakening and ascension because they lose power and control. It shatters the game. And then some of them have a vendetta from lifetime after lifetime. Vendettas. They was lunatics and motherfuckers. Some of these motherfuckers was crazy, bitch. I'm telling you, and they came here still unwell souls and was supposed to try to like deal with it, but they opt out to not. They opt into the dark like they continually do over and over. Every time they opt into the dark shit because it's always a choice. It's a choice for every person that comes to this earth school. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? What you gonna do? You gonna wake up healing the sin and be diligent and do things with, you know, with integrity and morals, or are you gonna do what everybody else do and fuck up your life, this life and the afterlife? So understand that you're not crazy. Hopefully, if I don't get anything else across to the true divine feminines and masculines that stumble across this at some point, okay, whether you are on the beginning, intermediate, or more advanced stages, you're not crazy, dear. Okay? It ain't just on TV, and you're not crazy. Okay? You're not imagining it. You're not extra. You're not none of that. That's just kind of what they want to use to keep you doubting what you know. Okay? Divine masculine. The nature of the game, divine feminines are going to always have, hopefully you eventually catch up to the reality that no matter what divine feminine looks like in this physicality, she's envied strongly. Okay? She's envied strongly. Just like you are. Just like you are. She's envied strongly. Okay? People hate her. Even if it's people that in this 3D you'd look and go, well, it doesn't make sense. There goes that logical thinking again. It doesn't make sense. They got more of this. They have more of that. They have that, and a that. Doesn't matter. Because they can never be. Understand, they can't be divine feminine. It's a soul thing. They covet what they're not. Okay? And because of this, these depraved individuals with fancy gear, it drives them. You have to accept that. They ain't gonna tell you one of your lessons. They ain't gonna tell you that. They're not gonna put a label on so you can identify and say, I'm here to fuck with you in this twin flame journey, bitch. In fact, they're gonna come in the form of a Stepford wife. Watch the movie. They're gonna come in the form of everything your 3D self has always wanted in some way due to your own trauma. But they're not going to tell you about the bite it comes with. They've been targeting Divine Feminine and doing work on Divine Feminine, and they never stopped. This has been going on probably from start to finish when you met Divine Feminine, okay? And even before that. It's all a strategy. It's been a strategy. This is why we must awaken and we must grow and change and do all these things. Otherwise, you'll never see past all of this fuckery. You'll never see it. You'll never believe it. You'll never catch it. Because how do you believe it when there's somebody with an apron on with a duster in their hand? How do you believe that if you're basing it on that? Somebody scrubbing your feet, giving you a massage, making you your favorite dinner. As if we all haven't seen how shit play out time after time. The art of war is you have to get close to a person and you have to appear to be their dreams come true. That's the art of war. When you're dealing with sophisticated manipulators, witches and warlocks, you can bet your bottom dollar they know the art of war. You can bet your bottom dollar they have studied you. They know your Achilles heel. They know. They know what your addictions are. They know what your wounds are. They know what your traumas are. They know. So this is why some of them spend their life savings on trying to become versions of what they feel like will trap you. As long as you stay asleep and pretend awoke. So they'll do that for you. It's trending. Especially if they're doppelgangers. They're following Divine Feminine. I promise you. They're repeating Divine Feminine. Pay attention. If that's what it seemed like it'll take to keep you, they'll pretend that for you too. And I'm sorry to tell you, Divine Masculine, I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry in a way, because I'm like, well, hell, this is the way this shit is, man. Don't be mad at me. That's how I feel at this point of the game. It's like, well, bitch. See, we get to choose. Divine Feminine and Masculine, you do get to choose. Your life, you get to choose whether or not you awaken, and you get to choose. Yes, you do. You have a free will. But you can't choose. There's some things that no matter what you say, you can say it on any platform and anybody's house or whatever. It just don't work like that. It doesn't. This is why you always end up unsettled. If you're trying to make someone the contract, Divine Feminine or whatever, it's just not going to work. Now, you can marry anybody you want, but they ain't going to be Divine Feminine. Likewise, you know, and I'm not saying that, okay, then there's only other karmics. No, that's not what I'm saying. No. The karmic connections are going to always have heavy ramification for you, because they're here and programmed to interfere in and destroy you, essentially, after they have sucked the life out of you. No pun intended. But either way it goes, even if you were to stumble across some other divine energy, when it comes to twins, I mean, those are contracts. It's, man, people make shit so complicated. It ain't complicated. First and foremost is always this fuckery and spell work, that if we were to get through that energy, then we'll discover things were never quite what we thought, because we were always under an illusion in certain situations here. Okay? But it's about integrity, it's about conduct. I talk about that constantly. How we break contract. How do we do it? Because it's ill-advised to work against the counterpart. This is the fine print. It's ill-advised. You don't have to agree with them, and you don't even have to marry them. Sometimes that's not even feasible. But it is ill-advised to work against them, though. This is where it gets very, very dicey. This is where them top dogs step in and be like, okay, look, motherfucker, it's one thing to wants to go over here, that's boom, but it's a whole nother thing altogether to get together with these degenerates to fuck with her. That you'll pay for. You can marry who you want. You can fuck who you want. You'll have to deal with the consequences of that, whether they're good or bad, depending on what that is. But to fuck with divine feminine, the counterpart, to fuck with them in the name of these degenerates, you'll pay for it. Or in the name of whatever, your own shadow, your own ego, you're gonna pay. That's gonna come with a price. So it's like, for me, you know, on the divine feminine side, you know, we go on, y'all. From what I'm gathering, it's like we deal with the shit, we heal, man, we move on, we get in our perspective journeys. Whoa, bitch, people get pissed. See, this is the way this shit go. People get pissed. People get pissed. Usually because divine feminine stands for truth. Truth is, you know, coming through, so it's shattering their illusions. People get pissed. How dare divine feminine not be sad? What, she's supposed to be sad, bitch? Cause you decided to, you know, it's crazy. So then people can't leave her alone. This is when y'all see divine feminine come on the scene, like, okay, y'all should have went on with yourselves then. If you didn't want the war of divine feminine, that was the mistake. Divine feminine respects choice, because she is divine feminine. If she's ascending ahead of masculine, then she respects the right to choose. So even if she know it's some fuckery behind it, and it's the lifetime after lifetime, the same old crazy story with the same old degenerate lunatics, different skin. Okay? Even if she knows this, she still respects the right of choice. Love is a choice. Nobody should have to just be with somebody because somebody said, or somebody's belief, even her own. Even her own. But what she ain't gonna do, bitch. See, this is where the motherfuckers get really fucked up. What she ain't gonna do is lay down and take no shit from masculine or nobody else. That's what she not gonna do. Masculine won't win against divine feminine in this way, because he's violating the contract, not her. He won't win. A part of the clues masculines were supposed to be gathering is that if you're dealing with karmic energies that are trying to get you to gang up on somebody, that should have been your first clue that they were karmic. That should have been it. Right there. That was clue one. Because if they trace back to Divine Feminine don't operate that way, if they recall. Even when she had her opinions. And she wasn't doing no weird old manipulation move like the Karmics either. Divine Feminine was never in that vein of let's gang up, trying to get in masculine's ear. Let's go do this and go do that and do this to so and so, and let's, that should have been it enough. Enough to know that them was some karmic hoes. Because divine beings do not conduct in that way. And for the motherfuckers that was doing the weird sneaky shit, that should have been another indication. Divine Masculine probably caught onto this later. I'm sure he did, as I'm saying it now. But at that time, that should have been the first motherfucker like, this whole, And then she want to tell me something about Jesus, bitch. Come on now. Come on. Now she want to say, come on now. But she in my, inbox sending me this and that, and then she want to judge Divine Feminine, and then she want to talk some Bible shit, and then she a part. Come on, man. That should have been one of the main motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, something ain't right about this picture. Whether it was about hoeing, thieving, whatever. People who live in glass whorehouses and criminal houses shouldn't throw stones. This is why some of these people are getting karma now. And they tried hard. Oh, it's Divine Feminine. It's Divine Feminine. Oh, people who live in glass, dark witch houses. Shouldn't be trying to project that in a different direction. Anyway, those are some of the tricks, you guys. And I just share them rando. Hopefully you're able to use it in the way you need to. Okay? This is about empowerment. This ain't about convincing. Your higher self and intuition has already on some level been nudging and guiding you in certain directions and revealing things to you. So this is just about confirming things and hopefully, strengthening you all so that you don't have to go the unnecessarily long and painful route if you don't have to. Some of us do, some of us have to. But to help you to stop second guessing yourself, to help you to stand in your truth, okay? Put up some boundaries, disconnect, and just keep moving forward. But just know that these tricks, they're real. I remember another dream I had, and that's once I got here, and it was my bloodline. It was my sister in one of them. And it was something that she was doing, and what I pick up, she was fucking with my senses, because I remember it was my nose, throat, and eyes, and I was communicating, and she was standing with a baby that ain't hers. It's my niece's daughter, but she was standing with the baby, and she was saying something. Divine Masculine was, I think he had walked in, was sitting on the couch, and on the left side of his face where he had surgery before, it was bleeding. It looked like it was bleeding, and I was like, damn, he looked it fucked up too. I remember that. I'm like, he looked fucked up. He was drained. It looked like it was crazy. Anyway, but this was her way, because she's a past life karmic, so it was her way of showing me some shit. But essentially, what it revealed, which is what I'm sharing with you all, these are some of their tricks. So basically, confirming that there was chaos and conflict magic that she and her people had been doing between me and divine masculine over and over again. I later, after that, had a dream of it was divine masculine. But then his hair was not his regular color. His hair was a whole other color. His hair was black, and he was being some kind of trickster in it, or he was playing around with me. It was just him and me. And I was sitting down, and he had came and stood in front of me and was like, it was weird. And he was mouthing, his hair was not his normal color. Then he was mouthing, I still love you. And then he did this move. And I stood up in the dream and I looked at him and squinted my eyes because I feel like maybe I was trying to discern. I was like, what the fuck is this? Is this his shadow? Is it a game? Like, what is it? Then he left and got in um, it was a Batmobile or some shit. It wasn't the Batmobile. It was like it was crazy. But I was like, what the fuck is that? And sometimes it takes us a while, guys, but just these people be behind all of that. And God only knows what divine masculine, what kind of dreams and weirdo energies that they were sending to him to make him feel some, you know what I'm saying? So the point that I'm making is that they do it on both ends. But it's also why they blackmail, it's why they bully, is why they do everything that they can for a while, at least as long as they can, because this eventually breaks. As long as they can to try to make sure divine feminine and masculine don't, because that they don't talk beyond the illusion. If they can use masculine as a pawn, he has to be under their control and then only reveal and say what he's been ordered to say. But outside of that, they fear that. But see, that's also part of their fate. If you guys stay on your journey and your path, it's their fate to have to face every bit of that. Okay? If you call judgment, call in your team, keep doing your part, and this will help you more and more to be able to decipher what's what. My battery went dead again. I don't know, man. What the hell? Okay. I thought I was charging the motherfucker. Oops. Nope. Anyways, I think I'm back. Hello. Okay. I'm basically essentially done. And I just didn't want to, I don't like ending it like that. Then the battery shuts off and I'm like, hello, I'm gone. Just dropped off. So, but as I was saying, I was trying to say something about what I learned. I said I learned something. It was something. Don't you hate that? It'll come to me. It'll come to me. Okay. Well, when it comes to, all this trickster shit and these rituals and dream work and, all the shit that these people do, the things that were revealed to me in terms of my personal journey, some of the dreams I've had even since I was, being here. And I've learned how to, it ain't easy at first, but, you learn. Oh my God, you guys. I don't know what's going on, so I'm just gonna say this as quickly as I can. My battery, I thought I had it plugged, so maybe I need to go into the actual wall socket versus the extension cord because it keeps going out. But I just want to say as quickly as I can, I have learned how to, sniff out energy even before I have all of the facts. We're fallible, we're human. Um, even on this kind of a path, but I've had to learn that it serves me to trust, even when I'm unclear, to trust some instincts, to trust some of the guidance I've been given, okay, rather than second guessing and questioning it, because it can mean saving your life. Okay, so essentially, not operating in the fear. So, for an example, when I reconnected with Divine Masculine, when I reconnected back in, what was it? Huh? Was it? Wait, I forget. I was trying to get the dates, but when I reconnected, something that I wasn't able to do before, you get there, you heal, you do get there. Okay, and I'm not talking about just the part where it's like, okay, the ghosting, okay, or cutting off. Okay, sure, we have to do that. But the part about when you can sense foul play in the undercurrent, especially, when they come to you and you know what's true, but they still come acting as if, that same gaslighting type of energy. So we get to a place of learning how you don't have to be afraid. It's a reveal when it comes to these journeys that, okay, they're not there. And so it serves you to remove yourself, because playing with, whether it's a twin or not, dealing with counterparts that are unawakened is equally dangerous. Okay, so you have to be able to feel into it. So when I spoke with Divine Masculine DM1, when I spoke with him, that's exactly what I was doing. Okay, feeling. Okay, you ain't got to make a big production of it. You just feel through it, and then you take your guidance. Once your guidance kick in and tell you, okay, you already know, boom, bitch, boom, bitch, And so moving forward in life, that's the only thing. If you're healing and ascending and constantly growing, you don't have to live in the state of fear. Okay, people do have to prove, that they're trustworthy, but you don't have to live in a state of fear, because you're going to be able to sniff it. That's my point. You're going to be able to sniff the foul play. The more you grow, the more you heal yourself, the more you're going to get sharper and sharper, and you're not going to be as weak-kneed and all that. But like, no, that's the 3D energy. 3D energy be like, oh, no. 5D energy be like, bitch, you got shit to do. You know what I'm saying? You're a fucking goddess. These motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying, on some other shit. Masculine still sleep as fuck. Now you mess around. You know what I'm saying? You can't play with that shit, because that's his call. That's his call to make. Okay? That's his call. But fucking with you? Oh. Yeah. Okay? He eventually figures this out. Right? They do. They eventually figure some shit out. Like, look, bitch. Like, to all these other motherfuckers. They be like, oh, bitch, y'all done got me fucked up. Y'all done fucked up my world with your foolery, bitch. Anyway, I'm digressing. I'm getting off topic, joking around with you all, but I wanted to come back before it shut down again. And I had to find something to plug it in real quick, because it obviously wasn't doing it where I had it. So, just hang in there, okay? Y'all can do this if you're masculine or feminine, but it serves you to just accept that this is the nature of this journey, and it is unlike any other. So, people aren't going to get it. So stop trying to get people to get it. People aren't going to understand. Stop trying to get people to understand. Once I just accepted, like, fuck that. Because chances are these people be asleep, they miserable as fuck, they're limited as fuck. Chances are they want me stuck anyway, bitch. And I just don't got time for that kind of energy no more in my life. Okay? And neither do you. If you're on this kind of journey and path, you deserve the fullness of it. Not just the pain, not just the suffering of the dark night of the soul and all that, but the benefit of that kind of a journey which is your love, your light, and your bliss, and your truth, and your authenticity in this lifetime, in your power. Okay? In who you are, not who people want you to be and how they want you to serve them. But who you are. You deserve that. But we have to fight for that, right? In a good sense. In a good way. Get up, stand up. Stand up for your rights. Get up, stand up. Don't give up the fight. Get up. You can't nobody do it for you. Can't nobody do it for you. This is not by osmosis. This ain't about by watching other readers and other healers. We gotta do it. We gotta do it. Okay? Because if you let these dark witches and warlocks wreak havoc, they're gonna continue to wreak havoc. Okay? But get yourself in a safe space. Get the fuck away from toxic fucks. People who feel like they have a right to control your life because they did some shit for you, bitch. I hate that energy. It's like, then don't do shit for motherfuckers. Then go somewhere there and sit down. Don't do shit then, because you think that's supposed to give you control in an audience, bitch. See, that's revealing people's intention. That's a lesson all by itself. All right, y'all. Talk to y'all later. Where am I, bitch? Don't give up the fight. Get up, stand up. Stand up for your rights.